The crowd fell silent as Donald Trump proposed a new authoritarian policy at a rally in Las Vegas, Nevada tonight. Now, something that you need to understand about Donald Trump is that the guiding principles he lives by are lie, deflect, attack, and never ever admit defeat. And those principles were fully on display during his rally tonight, which was uniquely late. And due to that, he was struggling to speak. He was slurring his way through sentences. He could barely read off the teleprompter. And due to his age and lack of control, you'll almost miss his authoritarian, bloodthirsty ideas, his proposals to flood small towns with local and federal law enforcement who are heavily armed. He also launches unfair attacks against VP Harris, lies and says that he won the debate. All of this will be covered throughout this video. All that you have to do is leave a like below. Now, in this first clip, Donald Trump floats an idea that he has talked about in the past, which is liberating certain parts of our country. And what you need to understand going into this is that when he says the word liberate, he is working with a different definition than we are. I'll explain in 1 second.
We will deploy ICE, DHS, and other federal officials to go in and liberate Aurora. Can you believe I'm saying this?
No.
Can you believe I have to say this? We are going to liberate parts of our country. Let's go back another 300 years. We are going to liberate our country. Did you ever think I would be standing here? It's a hell of a way to get elected.
So first of all, Donald Trump admits that we will be going back 300 years. Secondly, notice how silent the crowd is when he says this. He is expecting some sort of loud cheer, like, yeah, liberation or something, but nothing.
Can you believe I have to say this? We are going to liberate parts of our country. Let's go back another 300 years. We are going to liberate our country.
He says it again like there's going to be some sort of cheer, but nothing happens. And when Donald Trump says liberate, again, he means flooding towns in Ohio with local and federal law enforcement who are heavily armed and who Donald Trump admits will go through a bloody battle to deport immigrants. That is Trump's definition of liberate, locking cities down and deporting 1/3 or half of the population. And remember when 4 years ago, Donald Trump posted liberate Michigan, and this was before a plot was unveiled to kidnap the governor, Gretchen Whitmer. So Trump's rhetoric directly leads to violence again and again and again, and somehow he gets away with it. Which leads me to this broader point that Donald Trump's entire principle he learned from a deeply closeted New York lawyer named Roy Cohn when he was growing up. Roy Cohn worked for McCarthy and slipped his way through many different cases, and what he would do is attack back. He would countersue. When Donald Trump first got sued by the government, Roy Cohn taught him that if you hold a press conference, you can control the narrative and the headlines. And here we are, 60 years later, Donald Trump holds a press conference every single time there is a lawsuit. Donald Trump was taught by Roy Cohn, never, ever, ever admit defeat. And that is what Donald Trump does in this clip.
As you all saw 3 months ago, we had a monumental victory. We had a beautiful victory 3 months ago, and then a couple of nights ago we had an even better victory. We took her on, Comrade Kamala Harris. We took her on and we did really well. Every poll had us up like 90, 92, 87.
Literally Vladimir Putin numbers. Those are like Xi Jinping numbers. Vladimir Putin wins elections by 92%. At least make it believable. At least say like 73 to 27 or something.
We actually had one 92 to 6.
No, you did not. Was this the cat turd Twitter poll or the poll run by Elon Musk and the replies of Benny Johnson's Russian troll? I don't know.
Which sounds about right, because now today Rasmussen just came up and we were 6 points up, so it's pretty good. We dismantled her terrible record. We exposed her radical liberal agenda, and we laid out our plans to quite simply make America great again.
Did you? I'm not sure if you did. And the reason I went into that interesting backstory about Roy Cohn is because sometimes I struggle to wrap my head around Donald Trump and who he is and how much he lies and how shameless he is. And I've been reading a lot lately about how he came to be like this. And I think these interesting tidbits of his history really explain how he came to be. Roy Cohn mentored him for a decade and a half before Cohn died, and Trump still carries those lessons. In this next clip, Trump talks about the debate and says, did Kamala Harris get the questions? How could Kamala Harris have ever guessed that she was going to be asked about immigration, the economy, the border, abortion? These were so out of left field. How could she ever have known?
Sorry with that. Did she get the questions? You think? So I hear she got the questions, and I also heard she had something in the ear, a little something in the ear. No, Kamala, do this. Say it this way, Kamala. Okay, be quiet. Too many people watching.
What is he saying? When Trump says, I heard she got the questions, he heard it from a Fox News segment covering his tweets saying that Kamala got the questions. That is how these things work. It is a self-perpetuating cycle in this right-wing disinformation landscape. And now Trump is actually spreading the conspiracy that Kamala had something in her ear. That is a straight Facebook grandma conspiracy that you'd find on a QAnon person's Facebook. But as I always say, Trump is like the QAnon boss in a video game who has a direct line to millions of other impressionable QAnon Americans. Trump is like this conspiracy theorist who can directly influence other impressionable Americans who look up to him. Watch this clip of Donald Trump talking about Tim Walz.
She's 38 times. Thank you. There's something wrong with her, okay? Or she would say, she's weird. She's weird. You know, that was another soundbite they made up about JD and myself. No, we're solid people. We're very solid. We're very solid people. We're not weird. They're weird. How about the vice president? How about the vice president? Now he's weird.
He's already been calling Tim Walz the vice president like it's set in stone, which is kind of funny to me. He's not even giving it any time. But this is what I really want to harp on. This is what I really want to highlight. When Donald Trump has been talking about these Haitian immigrants in Springfield, I want you to know that they are there legally. They are there completely legally.
And I'm angry about illegal Haitian migrants taking over Springfield, Ohio. You see that?
So Trump said, we are going to have the largest deportation in the history of our country, and the remark comes after Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance amplified unsubstantiated claims of Haitian migrants eating pets. Trump did not repeat the baseless rumor when speaking in California, but called the Haitian immigrants illegal again, despite the city explaining the Haitian population in the U.S. is legally here under the Immigration Parole program. So they are here legally, and Trump is still being an asshole and acting like they are not.
He's being wrecked. That's why 53 days from now we're going to tell Harris that we've had enough. Our country can't take it anymore. Comrade Kamala Harris, you're fired. You're fired. Get out. Get out.
He's so mad, and he's so mad that Kamala flipped his words back at him and said that 81 million Americans fired him 4 years ago. If you agree and you appreciate what I do, make sure you leave a like, drop some blue hearts in the comment section, subscribe to my channel, and have a great rest of your day. Peace out.